After the saw, we'll go on to neck roll. So from our saw transition here, we'll come onto the front. And basically for this, we're mapping extension of the spine finally, the first time we get to really do that in the method. But first we have to find what our base is. So for this, I like to use pubic symphysis or pubic bone, as we might call it. So first we find pubic bone on the floor. Feet can be about hip to shoulder width apart, and we'll have hands below the shoulders, under the shoulders. So first, what I like to do is set up the tension lines. So I want you to imagine that you can put your hands in the floor under the shoulders, and I want you to slightly pull yourself forward as if you're trying to pull the pubic bone down into the floor and then drag your body forward just slightly. You'll feel it creates a little bit of a tug and your body will rock forward a little bit. Then with a soft chin, we can start to wrap the shoulders down, back, and together as we continue to pull forward. And I want the gesture, in order to come up into an extension, we want to make sure that we never push in the floor and really kind of compact our low back and compress it. Instead, we want to have this intention of always pulling forward in space, soft chin through the crown of the head, letting the shoulders roll back and down. And you can only come up as far as you can maintain that pull forward. And then we allow ourselves to come down, still pulling forward the whole entire time. The intention getting longer in the spine the entire time. While we're pulling forward, when you feel those shoulders wrap down, back, and together, that's that lat serratus rhomboids helping us to find that length in the spine. And while we do it, we imagine as we're pulling the pubic bone into the floor that we're trying to also still maintain that pubic bone sternum connection, that slight curling of pubic bone. So we're basically giving ourselves a tension line to find the abdominals, low abdominals. We're pulling forward. We come forward into our arched position. And then we breathe in as we look to the right, down around left and center and left, down around right and center, exhaling as we come back down. Then inhaling, pulling ourselves long, soft chin and forward. We hold our breath as we look left, down around right and center and right, down around left and center. And we come all the way down. We'll do that for 2 full sets, and then we'll transition into the swan, which basically for that, we want to use this not necessarily traction, but this tension line that we've created of pulling the body forward at pubic bone, grounding that pubic bone, wrapping the shoulders, so you feel that the stomach has something to pull up and in against. The pubic bone is anchored so you can feel the low abdominals connect. And then when you go to throw your arms for the swan, you have a really strong front line from which you can maintain that connected abdominal musculature. So that's how I like to approach the neck roll, as opposed to thinking of just pushing up into extension and wrapping the shoulders, that we're always pulling ourselves forward in space, soft chin, so that we always have, not only are we finding that wrap of our shoulder girdle, but we're never losing that tension line to give us that low abdominal contraction, and ultimately sort of a tensegrity response that braces our entire core.